manage it, and I don't know how to manage it because I'm going through a crisis right now, so I just had to stop. And like, if I play against another player like this, I'm going to KSE, which is not KMSing, but killing someone else, you know? Like, I'm gonna get violent, so I can't do it. But also, I was rooting for you because you're cool. I'm like, wow, that's Mitsu Tart. That's my buddy. That's my buddy from YouTube. Alright, so we got RadioRad versus Dan. And Dan has an extension if he can get that yellow out fast enough, but he couldn't. Excuse me. RadioRad had a bout of some insane, whatchamacallits, some rushes. But, we're back to GTR for RadioRad. That's the one that I know and love. We're going to get a 7. Seeing a lot of bulk at the end, but Dan has a slight more of a second floor chain to get one extra link out of that. RadioRad gonna rush that chain, despite not having the reds for the all clear. And Dan having that column 2 quote unquote blocked off by having all those yellows there, and not really having the transition ready. I think it might help Dan to start building that transition out pretty early. Although the thing about the stairs transition is that you can't really, because it requires such a sturdy base, it's hard for you to just kind of cut it short. And Dan lacking that red in order to finish out the rest of the chain. And an additional blue, if I'm being honest. It's another one of the weak points of stairs, is that, RadioRad missing that all clear because he was trying to get the extra green out of it, not understanding that that did not come in the right order. So having to eat this brutal free chain at the top of the board. Still fighting for his life. Running out of space. Gets that blue in order to clean up some of that damage. Has the greens to pop, but doesn't place them properly. Very unfortunate stuff. I think the other thing is that even if I could continue playing Carbuncle's Corner because I wasn't, like, actually the worst ever, I probably wouldn't want to because there's a little bit of latency on, my vision. Not my vision, but, you know, like my little display when I play, with my capture card. It's not the most fun thing ever for me to play, like, against other people when I'm on stream. RadioRad setting off early. Dan opting to set off what he has. Which is a 6. Dan having a lot more pieces left on the board after that than RadioRad, but a little bit less workable. Opting not to set off those greens. Needs to elevate that with a blue, and then sets off the blues there. Now those extra yellows cut early. No worries. Because that green into a red, you're gonna set off the greens, right? That's gonna be a 3 chain. Sometimes I think I'm looking at the player's chain and I'm not. When it comes to like the freestyle stuff, I'm like, I think I'm looking at it and I'm not. But this 3 chain is going to push up RadioRad on the board with not enough space to get out of that, so. We got a little bit of like a delayed, you know, there's like a bit of a tail with those yellows there, which is actually really cute. It's gonna be a bit of a bind to get out of. I'm happy. Wait. RadioRad's chains honestly coming out fairly nice with, you know, well, but, Dan's transition is ready. The thing is, like, RadioRad's chains are coming out very nicely, but I don't know if it's the Schezo activities that's doing it, but, they just don't seem to be long enough. It's just strange, because, you know, RadioRad has the capacity to make long enough chains. RadioRad's gonna rush this chain. It's gonna be a 5. It's just not gonna be as powerful because, you know, Dan just had more links, more pieces to do those chains. Now that garbage chain isn't going to connect in the way that RadioRad hopes it would, because it's gonna need a little bit more stuff to be able to do that. He's gonna put the green in column 2 and Fisher that purple for column 1, gets the purple in column 1. It sets off that 3 chain. At the same time that Dan sets off a 3 chain. The difference is that Dan's got a nice follow-up. Just on virtue of having more access. Pops those blues, that's gonna be a powered up 2 with 3 at the end. And that's gonna be a lot of damage, and Dan's gonna take that. Game, set, match. And move on to winners finals.